One day, the two most dangerous words in the English language. It's the reason you're unhappy. It's the reason you're stuck. It's the reason you're wasting your time. Stop waiting for one day because one day is just a fantasy. And fantasies don't pay the bills. This won't be easy. It will take 10 minutes. But in the next 10 minutes, you'll learn why your brain is lying to you and how to fix it. Subscribe or stay stuck. Your choice.
One day I'll be happy. One day I'll have enough money. One day I'll find the right person. One day I'll finally start living. One day, one day, one day. We say it like it's a promise, like there's a future version of our life waiting for us somewhere. A better version, a complete version. But what if I told you something uncomfortable? What if one day never comes? What if this right now, is it not a rehearsal, not a waiting room, not a temporary phase before the real thing starts? What if this is the real thing? Today, we're going to talk about the most dangerous phrase in your vocabulary and why waiting for one day might be the very thing that's stealing your life. Chapter 2, The Delusion of Procrastination. Think about how many times you've said it. I'll travel when I have more money. I'll spend time with family when work slows down. I'll take care of my health when things get easier. I'll be happy when I get that promotion, that house, that relationship. We push happiness into the future like it's a destination, like there's a finish line somewhere ahead, and once we cross it, everything will finally make sense. But here's what actually happens. You get the promotion. You feel good for a week. Then there's another goal. You buy the house. The excitement fades. Then you want a bigger one. You find the relationship. The butterflies disappear. Then you wonder if there's someone better. The finish line keeps moving because it was never real. We're not postponing happiness. We're postponing life itself. And every day we spend waiting for a one day is a day we'll never get back. Think about that. Really think about it. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow isn't promised. And you're spending today waiting. Waiting for what? Chapter 3, The Illusion of Time. Here's the lie we tell ourselves. There's plenty of time. We act like we have infinite tomorrows. Like life is this long, endless highway. And we can take the scenic route because what's the rush? But time doesn't work that way. When you're 20, you think 30 is far away. Then suddenly you're 30, wondering where your 20s went. When you're 30, you think 40 is a lifetime away. Then you blink in and you're there. And somewhere along the way, you realize you've been waiting your whole life, waiting to feel ready, waiting for the right moment, waiting for permission, waiting for things to get easier, but nothing gets easier. The waiting just becomes a habit. The brutal truth is this: you will die, not someday in the abstract future, but actually die, stop existing. No more chances. And when that moment comes, will you look back at a life you lived or a life you postponed? I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it to wake you up, because the clock is already ticking, and there is no time slot called one day on the calendar. Everything is concrete. Chapter 4, Why do we wait? So why do we do this? Why do we keep pushing life into the future? Because waiting feels safe. If you never start, you can never fail. But maybe you would have been the most successful one, and you just threw that chance away. If you never try, you can never be rejected. If you never commit, you can never be disappointed. But maybe the breakthrough you need is the disappointment. What do they say? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Maybe you're afraid of pain, and this is how you protect yourself from the uncomfortable reality that life is uncertain and we have no guarantees. Your protection mechanism? Doing nothing. But here's what doing nothing actually costs you: the trip you never took, the person you never talked to, the project you never started, the words you never said, the life you never lived. And you know what's worse? You can't even see what you're losing. because it's invisible. It's the absence of experiences you'll never have. There's no notification that says you just missed a life-changing opportunity because you were waiting. It just passes silently, and you never know. That's the real tragedy. Not the things we fail at, but the things we never attempt, the dreams that die in the waiting room of one day. Chapter 5, Conditional Happiness. There's a name for this trap. Conditional happiness. I'll be happy when, I'll relax when, I'll enjoy life when. We put conditions on our own well-being. Like happiness is something we need to earn. Like we don't deserve to feel good until certain boxes are checked. But think about it. Who made those rules? Who decided you can't be happy until you're rich? Who decided you can't relax until you're successful? Who decided you need permission to enjoy your own life? Maybe because of these very reasons. We're missing what we actually want to live for. Maybe we can't find who we are. Maybe we can't find what we love. You did. Or rather, the voices you absorbed did. Parents, teachers, society, advertising. Work hard now, enjoy later. Sacrifice today for a better tomorrow. No pain, no gain. And we internalized it so deeply that we feel guilty when we're not suffering. Like struggle is the only legitimate state of being. But what if that's the biggest lie of all? What if you could be happy now, not because everything is perfect, but because you decided to stop waiting for permission? What if today, this ordinary, boring, imperfect Tuesday, is the day you've been waiting for? Chapter 6. What if this is life? Let me ask you something uncomfortable. What if your life never dramatically changes? What if you never become a millionaire? What if you never get famous? What if you never find the perfect partner? What if this job, this city, this routine is your life? Does that thought terrify you? If it does, that's important information, because it means you've been living for a fantasy instead of reality. But here's the secret no one tells you. Ordinary life can be extraordinary, not because of what happens to you, but because of how you experience it. The coffee you drink every morning, someone would kill for that piece. The boring commute, someone wishes they had a job to commute to. The uneventful evening at home, someone is desperate for that quiet. Everyone envies the person one level above them. But why is no one interested in living the moment they're in? Maybe when we become multimillionaires, we won't be able to sleep from the fear of losing our money. On the other hand, a segment of people live under minimum conditions. Those who can't find what they want. Those who can't be happy in the now, where they are. Along with their failures, they sometimes get pulled into unreal worlds through various tools and lose their sense of reality. This moment, right now, is the only one guaranteed. Yesterday is a memory. Tomorrow is a maybe. But right now, this is real. And also, the only moment we can control is now. We're so busy chasing more that we forget to see what we already have. And I'm not saying just be grateful. That's too simple. I'm saying, what if you stopped treating your current life as a rough draft? What if this is the final version? Not a beta? Not a trial period? This is it. Would you live it differently? Turkey? Chapter 7. Closing. I started this video with a question. What if one day never comes? Now I want to end with a different one. What if today is the day? Not because something magical will happen, but because you decide it is. You don't need permission to start living. You don't need to wait for perfect conditions. You don't need one day to feel alive. You just need to stop postponing yourself. Call the person you've been meaning to call. Start the thing you've been afraid to start. Say the words you've been holding back. Be present in the life you already have. Because here's the truth no one wants to hear. This moment, right now, is the only one guaranteed. Yesterday is a memory. Tomorrow is a maybe. But right now, this is real. So stop waiting for one day. One day is today, or it's never. The choice is yours.